Hello everybody, and you will have noticed that I am back on YouTube, and I just want to basically make a video about talking about where I've been, what we're going to be doing going forward, and also what kind of content we're going to be focusing on. But yeah, first and foremost, I am sorry for not being very consistent. There are reasons behind that, not excuses, reasons, but you will ultimately be the judge of that. And what we're going to talk about, like I say, is where I've been, what we're doing going forward, and the kind of content we're focusing on. So let's get right into talking about where I've been. So it's not just been one thing that's been keeping me away from YouTube. It's been multiple things. Like multiple things have compounded this issue happening. And to be honest, I haven't dealt with them mentally as well as I thought I could have. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in myself regarding that, but we're here to learn. And I have, and hopefully you can see that with me going forward. The first thing as well, this is one of 5 things I've got wrote down here, is initially I've been working a lot of intense hours, same amount of hours with a little bit of overtime here and there, but I'm doing a lot more now, which is fantastic. This is great. It's developing my skills, which I can also bring those skills into YouTube, which is fantastic. A lot of admin stuff, fantastic. I'm just in an area now where my mindset, my mentality is I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself to be the best I can be. I've been pedal to the metal like for about 6 to 8 months now in terms of just learning as much as I can, and I've fatigued myself from it. And yeah, I kind of only really realized that like about a month or 2 ago. But I have been really struggling with mental fatigue because of the amount of pressure I've been putting myself under. I'm not beating myself up hard if I wasn't performing to a level that I feel as if I should have been. And that's not just at work, that's YouTube, that's life, that's social, that's even something as simple as playing football. Like, this is kind of like a big thing in my life where I'm always trying to be the best I can be, so I've just kind of dialed it down a little bit and focused on incremental improvements rather than completely overhauling my skill set and my abilities unduly. I think I've been through that compounding phase, and I think it served me well, but now is the time just to kind of chill out a little bit, improve, but improve sustainably. The next thing is I have been finishing off the camera. The camera is looking fantastic now. And of course, part of this has been doing a lot of research. So at the time that I would have been doing YouTube, I've been researching what bits to buy for my camera. I've also got some other bits as well. So I've got my little shoulder rig down here as well, which I've had to take off. Where are you? So yeah, that's looking pretty damn good. Really happy with that. Obviously it's not on the camera now because it's on a tripod, but I'm really happy with what we're looking like going forward. It's not going to look like that. We'll talk about that. But yeah, that's one thing that's been massively important as well. Got a recorder on there, which I've been using for a couple of episodes now, where I have done like face to cam stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's good. The third thing is that I have, like mentioned before, been investing in learning a lot of new skills. So that'd be like little YouTube skills, learning DaVinci Resolve, it'll be using that camera, it'll be loads of bits and pieces on how to get the most out of the light and how to get the most out of the color editing specifically. Because recording color on that recorder is it's not a nightmare, it just takes adjusting. When you get used to XVAC HD, is it called? Whatever's on a Sony camera, A7S Mark II by default, and then you go to doing the color on that, on the Ninja 5, it's just... So yeah, like I say, it's not an excuse, it's just what I've been doing amongst the other things as well. And yeah, I've been really enjoying learning all these new skills, and I like to think that that time investment that it's taking me to basically just sit out for a little while and go from there is going to really pay dividends in terms of the quality that I'll be able to produce going forward. The next thing that I do want to talk about as well is that I've been investing a lot of time into gaining a financial education. Now, this is a personal one, and I was on the fence on whether to mention it in the video or not, but I've decided I'm going to, and the reason I'm going to is because it's one of the many things I've been doing. After like the second, third week of inconsistency, I thought, let's just take this as an opportunity and really better myself in every way I can. And yeah, I didn't really want to have the time off YouTube, but I did, so I thought, well, let's make the most of it, and let's just make sure that when I do go back to my full schedule, I'm the best I can be and I'm in a good spot. And a lot of that has been, like I say, in putting time into my financial education, because I didn't have one. A few years, well, 5-6 years ago, my camera gear, lenses, whatever lights I had, they all got nicked down Derbyshire. Fun. And yeah, I've always felt like a bit of a, I don't know what the word is, but a bit of a resentment with myself, and like I feel as if I've always been behind in life. And I always feel, in my head, I always said that was the moment that put me behind, when really, which I've only just accepted recently, I was never ahead in that regards. I was behind before that, but when I built the camera, it made me realize that this has been what I've been working towards mentally. Like, it's been my excuse for being financially shit for the past 6 years. And now that I put the camera together, I'm like, that's not, the camera kit is not the reason I've been financially shit for the past 6 years. It's because I don't know how to handle money properly. So recognizing that, I sorted myself out. Obviously, in those 6 years, I had a lot of debt, which, as you can guess, with the investment into the camera stuff now, all paid cash. I am now not in debt anymore, minus a car, so that's great. So it's now time for me to make sure that I never go into debt ever again. I am never going into debt ever again, and in order to do that, I need to make sure that I had a financial education, because I realized I hadn't. I've got all the camera built, I got my debts in a good place, and I was thinking to myself, cool, next thing I need to do then, I'll probably just finance some higher end lights and go from there. And I kind of give myself a slap on the face thinking, no, you've just spent years of your life getting yourself out of debt. You're not going back into it. So I've spent the past 3 weeks giving myself a financial education. You know, learning what to do when you do have money, learning how much I should be saving by my age, learning how much I should have already saved by my age. And though I am behind, which seems to be a running theme in terms of my mental health, is constantly thinking that I've been behind my entire life. Though I am behind in terms of saving for later life, I'm not as far behind as I thought I would be. I've always been paying attention when I've been working. I've always been, you know, able to save. And because of all the kit that I've been buying in the past like 8 months, it's put me in a position where, because I've been buying the kit, I've been living very frugally outside of the investment. So what that basically means is that I'm being used to only going out on a couple of dates a month. I've been used to not going to the pub that often. I've been used to not eating out that much in general. So I've been used to being a tight arse, usually because I've already spent my investment money on the camera bits, but I've kind of developed the habits of just being able to live frugally outside of investment. So what I've been doing is, yeah, investing back into myself in terms of savings, retirement, and all the boring financial shit. But yeah, I've been giving myself that financial education, and it's been crucial for me overcoming the hurdles that I've had mentally as well. Like I say, I've always felt as if in life I've been behind, whereas I don't feel that anymore. I feel as if I'm on track, though a little behind, nowhere near as where I would be. I've always felt as if the camera was the reason I was financially irresponsible and always in debt. It wasn't. It was because I was financially irresponsible and in debt. So having that camera built made me realize that, because I was about to make another shit decision. The other thing as well is just being generally mentally fatigued. As I said at the top of this section, where have I been? It's been a compounding of different things. All of these things have been just building up for a long time. And it kind of all just kind of came together at once, to the point where I thought, right, I'm sick of feeling like this. I'm going to spend just some time with myself and just fixing it. I get home from work and I just focus on being better. And that's exactly what I've done. But that's that segment over. Where have I been? Hope you don't feel as if it's too much excuses. And also, I got a little bit personal, but do you know what it is? I have trust in you guys have trust in me, so it's absolutely fine. Okay, so what are we doing going forward? We are going to tweak the schedule a little bit. You're still going to get 3 featured bits of content a week, but except now it's not going to be in the form of 3 videos and, was it 4 shorts? I can't remember how many shorts I upload a week. Fucking hell. But essentially, we're going to be doing 2 uploads a week and 1 stream. I feel as if we go from 2 videos a week, it's going to allow me to have time to stream in the weekend. So I'm hoping that's going to be the thing. We're going to try and make that the schedule going forward, and that's going to be good. We are going to be mainly focusing on COD, Apex, and X-Defiant when that comes out. I'm actually really looking forward to that game, especially with the lack of skill-based matchmaking in that, which is going to be great. And just in general, having a lot more fun with my YouTube stuff. Like I said, 3 videos was a lot of time. I would spend more time on a video than I would do a whole stream production. So, and it got to the point where it felt not like it didn't feel like a chore. It was never feeling like a chore, but it was getting to the point where I was like, I can't be arsed with this. Like, I've got so much other stuff going on with, like I say, where have I been, that it just made me think I'd rather be doing other things, but I need to be doing other things. So kind of just that tweaking mindset. I want to be having fun with it, and that should really help with the consistency going forward. And yeah, another thing with this as well is that I'm just thinking mid-term. I'm just thinking of getting to 1,000 subscribers right now. I've been making all these plans in my head of what I want to do, 1,000, 2,000, and wow, possibly even beyond, of how I want to be operating things, if I want to be really successful. But I don't need to. Just think midterm, and that's all I'm going to do, for now at least. I'll review that when we hit 1,000 subscribers, of course. But what kind of content are we going to be focusing on going forward? Section 4, technically, even though Section 1 was an intro. Shh. We are going to be developing the stories of the A1A concept. There'll be a few more videos of this on Apex Legends, which I think they're quite fun. Gameplay videos in general are a bit boring to make on Apex, as they are, say, Call of Duty, just because there's a lot less happening in general. However, I feel as if the stories of the A1A is a really engaging way of making gameplay-related videos for Apex, and that's really good. But I'm only doing that on Apex to develop the production cycle so we can take it into Call of Duty. Not 100% sure on how we're going to do it on Call of Duty yet, but I'm thinking of certain things. I've got ideas, and I'm going to try and develop them on Apex so that when we do bring this content to Call of Duty, it's going to be in an area where I want stories of the A1A to be. This, of course, will have a knock-on effect on the A1A Plays videos, which are the more montagey ones, which the shorts come from. And that's fine because they're going to make place for stories. We're still going to have plays, and they're still going to be good. And I'm still going to put a lot of time into them because obviously I need them for shorts. But we're going to be slowly over the next course of the 6 months replacing plays with stories, because I think the funnier, the more engaging, and just everyone has a bit more of a laugh with them. Apex videos on stories are actually quite popular on a game which has typically really struggled on this channel. So if I can put that format into COD, holy shit, it should be banging. I do want to ramp up the commentary and the comparison videos as well. They've always been popular on the channel. I've just never always had the time to consistently make them. The fact that I'm now doing 2 videos a week should help me now consistently make them. And finally, there is going to be a big emphasis on quality over quantity. Now, I know I've been kind of referring to this for a little while. If you remember back in the day, like pre-200 subscribers, I was making like 4 or 5 videos a week and streaming, which was just... I look back at that now and think, how the F did I pull that out the bag? But it's because I was furloughed at the time. Yeah, so yeah, we're thinking quality over quantity, and that's going to be the approach going forward. And we'll review all this again, like I say, at 1,000 subscribers, and we'll go from there. But like I say, guys, this isn't an excuses video. Like, this is honestly what's been going on. If you think it's excuses, fair enough. I'm not going to argue with you. But hopefully you can just kind of understand a bit from my perspective why I've not been uploading as much. And yeah, I hope that you continue to enjoy the content. I hope that you continue to support us, and thank you for everyone that does. You can tell it's been a while since I've done a voice to camera video, because I've went through a whole bottle of water in the sake of how long we've been doing this video on the outtakes, but yeah, that's fine. But yeah, guys, I've been Hoff on the ShadowsReign A1A YouTube channel. You're awesome, don't stop being awesome, and we'll speak to you in the next one. Bestow.